Dude, seriously though, like something has been on my brain, and I don't understand it. Like how we land on these things in our language, in our zeitgeist, and all this shit. Why is there hotels and motels? Why is there two words that are exactly the same?
You know what?
Except one letter's different, and one means one thing, and one means the other. And we know the difference, but we couldn't come up with another word.
I'm gonna be honest with you right now. You said you wanted to start the episode off with a topic question, and I did not know you were about to come at me with like the most intense question. Like that's such a loaded question for some reason.
So often.
You think about this all the time?
I don't. Well, when I'm driving,
I don't know why. You know what's weird? I don't know why I've never thought about that. That's one of those things where it's like, why haven't I thought about that before?
Well, we took a recent trip.
Motels.
Yeah.
Hotels.
We took a recent trip.
I like a motel.
We took a recent trip to Memphis, and you just see hotels and you see motels, and I don't. What the hell?
So what is?
Which one came first?
That is
probably motel.
I bet, you know what? I bet the Airbnb came first, and then hotels showed up as a way of... No. I think it was Airbnb first. And I don't mean like the company Airbnb, I mean like staying at someone's house and like paying them, right? That came first. And then it was motel. Or inns, right? Inns. And then inn where you can get a drink,
right?
Or you could also get a room, or a prostitute to give you a bath and put her hand underneath the soapy water. Shout out Red Dead.
Red Dead.
What's up, dude? We love that.
I think it's $0.25.
Cowboys
For $1 or something.
Anyway,
it's cheap.
And then that progressed to like, oh, what if we just had a business where instead of having to deal with like drunk people the whole time, why don't you just have a place where it's only beds, motel? And then someone was like, what if we take like 4 motel sizes, just like stack them on top of each other and make a...
Oh.
And then so I think the inn shut out the whole like, oh yeah, you can stay at this person's house and just pay them like a nickel or something a night.
Right.
Because then it was like, oh no, you don't have to do that anymore because this is a business, this is my home now. If you want to sleep somewhere, go to the business. But now it's gone back. Because everything is circles. It always circles, right?
Right.
Everything circles.
Right.
Now we're back to Airbnb, to where it's like, oh yeah, you can stay in my house, no biggie. Yeah.
It's
and
one
then
of those...
people end up buying another house just for Airbnb. Then someone's gonna get the idea, what if I just buy this condo, this apartment building, turn it into a small hotel, a mini hotel, motel. And then it all starts over again.
Motel.
I don't know if that's what it's called
motel.
For, but I just thought of that.
What does this say? Hello.
Keep going. No, we're not starting the show yet. Keep going. What are you doing?
I looked it up. I just put like hotel, motel first. Which one came first?
I like it.
According to Merriam-Webster, is that 2 guys? I assume that's 2 people.
Merriam-Webster?
Yeah, Merriam.
Yes,
Merriam-Webster wrote the dictionary.
There's a movie called The Philosopher and the Madman, I think, or The Scientist and the Madman. It's got Mel Gibson in it. He's the madman, I think, about the creation of the dictionary because it really was written by a person who was like institutionalized.
That's insane.
I don't know which of those 2 it was, but I need to see it because it looks really good. Pop it up right here.
That sounds interesting.
Because I know the movie exists. So I'll put it up.
This says the word hotel was coined in 1765 and comes from the French word for an establishment that provides lodging, meals, and other services. Merriam-Webster notes that the word motel came much later in 1925 and is a blend of the words motor and hotel.
Motor and hotel, like a movable hotel?
Like motor home? Like a RV park kind of thing. Like a motor...
That would make much more sense because motels are more highway accessible. That's the thing with motels is they're much more like they're on the side of the highway.
That's a good point. Hotels are downtown.
Hotels are more downtown or they're like on the exit. They're like at airports.
Interesting.
That could be what it is. I think we're cracking the code on this.
A motel is a hotel on a major highway that offers ample parking and hotel service for long distance travelers. 1 to 2 floor layout. Wow, I'm so glad we're figuring this out.
Yeah, this is fascinating stuff. Honestly, like this
Dude,
is.
I'm not kidding.
I've never thought about what the difference between a hotel and a motel. I just figured a motel was just smaller,
My thing
So
about
hotel came first. Is that what it said?
Hotel came first.
That's interesting.
From a French word that meant just
I think I was going more of like a. I think I was going more Darwinian evolution, like a nice like even slope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Not that one. It's just interesting to me that it's like kind of the same premise.
Yeah.
But they were like, we need 2 words for this. That's where it bugged me. Where I was like, it's the same thing.
It's essentially the same
they rhyme.
thing.
They have. It's like.
Well, hey, you know what? To certain people, a house and a car, those are also the same thing. Okay. Yeah. So let's try not to be so insensitive with your first world problem, Mister. I just bought some land. Oh, I just bought land. You're a landowner now.
Yeah.
Hey, when do your slaves come in?
Oh,
that's what I want to know. You're buying land now. When's your Confederate flag come in? Is it wrapped in that? You fucking.
What? I don't even know what they. I was gonna say fly old glory or whatever they call it. I couldn't even come up with it.
Mom told me you bought land. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't buy Confederate flag slaves or any of the other.
We saw a Confederate flag yesterday.
Very close.
I haven't seen one in a while, honestly.
Very close to us in the middle of Missouri.
Yeah, that was fascinating.
Yeah.
Here's their address. No. I would, but I don't remember what it was. I couldn't even tell you what town we were in.
I cannot tell you enough how relieved I am that I now know the difference. All I had to do was Google it, but I just let it stew.
It's better to get it on the show.
Yeah, it's better.
That kind of discovery, that kind of groundbreaking discovery. You know, that's why people come to the Mellow Brick Road.
Yeah.
That is the pantheon of this show. Mm-hmm. I would say that's the Scarecrow. You're channeling the Scarecrow. You're channeling the brains. Right? That's the edutainment that people come to watch and learn about. They come for the funnies and they make fun of us because we're the best at this. And then they leave and then they go, oh, but did you learn? Did you know?
Now I know.
Now I know about hotels and motels. I know the difference. And you know, motel means mini hotel. People might say it to their friends at cocktail parties.
People that clicked away too quick.
If you're going to cocktail parties and you're talking about the difference between hotels and motels, that's probably your last cocktail party.
They're probably not going to
enjoy that. They don't do that kind of stuff.
I think you should leave.
I've known people that were like on a different financial level than me to a point where like they always requested a room like the furthest from the elevator they could get because they didn't like the noise and they didn't like seeing the other people in the hotel.
I didn't even know what you meant.
Pass by their
I didn't
room.
even know you could do that.
That's what I mean. They were on that. That's what I mean. They were on that like.
What is a cocktail party?
It's awkward.
Just like you make drinks.
I've been to a cocktail party like for a wedding, like before a wedding reception. You ever been to a cocktail party before the reception?
I didn't know that's what it was called. I remember being at that one and they just had an open bar.
I don't think that's different. No, because it's literally like a different thing. It's like the bride and groom, they do show up and they're there and they're hanging. That's when they like.
This is before the wedding or before the reception?
Before the reception. Oh. So you're getting like mini sausages on like toothpicks, and you get like mini finger sandwiches, and you're getting like these little glasses of stuff. Right?
Hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres, hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres.
I'm learning Spanish, not French.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres. Don't touch my d'oeuvres, dude. It's like a guy going to like New York. There's my d'oeuvres, dude. Look at all these d'oeuvres flying around. No, so like I remember I was in Colorado and they had my buddy Leighton was getting married. Beautiful wedding reception. My gosh, beautiful bride. Jealous. I mean, she's fine. You're fine. You really love you. We love you, Leighton. He's a doctor now. You know.
Yeah.
I know a lot of stories about him. He's a doctor now.
And he's a dad. And you know a lot of stories.
I know a lot of stories about Leighton. I love him to death.
I'd love to have Leighton on the show.
Oh, man. He better get a haircut first. I can't deal with that new part. Yeah, that's between you and me, Leighton. But anyway, yeah, he got married in Colorado, and they had a beautiful wedding, and they had a cocktail party. It was like an hour or something. I think it's like an hour before the wedding reception. It was all in the same building as the wedding and the reception. It was like the wedding was in this room, and then you kind of like went over here, and then there was the cocktail hour, which was like a smaller room, gorgeous scenery because it was like the mountains. And then once that was over, then you go into the like reception hall. Mm. And I think she had 2 dresses. I think she was wearing something different for the cocktail hour, and dude, she was looking good. It was like one of those where you're like, damn, that everyone. I mean, Leighton did too. They did like a whole choreographed dance and everything too. Like not to like gush over this wedding from like 10 years ago. Like 7 years ago. I don't even fucking remember. 5 years ago. I don't know why I'm asking you, but
I wasn't
they
there.
had a cocktail hour, and yes, it exists. It's weird, but like you just have drinks.
I think it's.
I don't know if it's free drinks. It might be.
Right.
I think it was, but they also had like coffee, which was fun.
That's cool.
They had like little coffee dispensers, and they had like tea and hot chocolate. It was like like a fountain. And stuff.
Yeah, I didn't think about it being cold.
It was more like it was a time to be like social with everybody. Like, oh hey, who are you? Because you're like there's chairs, but like it's more like those really tall tables, like cocktail drinking tables, you know what I mean, like bar tables.
Bar top tables.
Yeah, it's a lot of like standing energy, and you're walking around, you're getting stuff. It was cool. I liked it. It definitely like makes the time longer, but when you're in the Colorado mountains,
I mean, I can't have enough of it.
I'm sure you look at the pictures online or something, like it was breathtaking, man. That's when I saw the Four Corners for the first time.
When I hear, we should go.
I know.
When I hear cocktail party, I immediately think of guys in like red velvet smoking jackets.
Oh yeah.
And then little butlers with the silver platter. That's what I think of when I think of cocktail.
Wait, white
party.
gloves?
I didn't picture white gloves.
Whatever.
But I did picture a red vest.
Yeah.
And the sleeves are a little bit pulled up and a silver platter.
If I ever get married,
hors d'oeuvres on them.
If I ever get married, I'm definitely doing a cocktail hour before the reception, but bud tenders.
Oh.
Yeah. Get everyone a little high before we go into the reception and party our asses off. But also, what is it called? The
Groom's party.
Groomsmen.
Groomsmen. Yeah.
Bridal party. Groom party.
I think groom
party. How come the groom doesn't have his own word? Bride has like
funny?
3 words.
There's probably a word, and we're not following on it.
You've been married.
I've been married.
You should know.
I would just say groomsmen. Groomsmen.
But anyway, I would do smoking jackets for all my groomsmen.
For like the bachelor party, as a bachelor gift.
Yeah.
When you do the bachelor party.
Yeah, that'd be fucking sick.
That would be with like
personalized. Of course. Oh, you gotta go.
Whatever it's called.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, if I ever get married, that's definitely a cigar moment. I like a cigar moment. I like picking and choosing those moments for cigars.
I've had.
That's always so fun.
I've had 3 cigars in my life.
2 of those moments were with Leighton, by the way. Gulf Shores we went out. We weren't supposed to go on the beach because it was a private beach or whatever. But we went out on the deck and we sat down. Me, him, Mason, probably a few other guys were there too. Chandler maybe, and unless Chandler was arrested by that point. But let's now they can go there.
Chandler.
I love him so much. And we had a cigar that night. And then I think a few birthdays I probably had cigars. Yeah.
I've had a cigar the last 2 times the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. That's the last 2 times.
Yeah, I don't know if I had a cigar during that time.
And that's really the only time I felt not even felt super inclined, but like it felt appropriate to be smoking a cigar.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, I don't even look at them or bat an eye at them.
I think it's fun. Sometimes, sometimes the culture of it's really weird.
Yeah.
But I think it's fun to go into an actual liquor store that has a cigar room.
Yeah.
And going in and picking and choosing because it is fun, kind of. If you sort of know what you're looking at, I don't at all. But it's kind of fun. I like to go by smell. That's my key. I'm an amateur.
I like knowing, usually the guy selling it to you, I like knowing that he knows a lot about it, and he's going to kind of guide it.
You got to, see if he's cool.
That's fun to me.
You got to make sure he's cool.
I'm like, what's good, man? I have no idea. Yeah. And he can kind of help you out.
Mm-hmm. That's the key.
Yeah.
Do you think we should start the show?
We should probably start.
Everyone, I would love to thank you. We've been walking for a while here.
Yeah.
I think one of these episodes we should be walking or something so that it actually...
Should we get 2 treadmills?
That would work really good for my love handles. I think we should do that. Well, we actually just got a rower in the house. So I'm actually...
Yeah, you guys got a row machine.
That's pretty sick.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about that. We got to start the show. We're going to start the show, everybody. Thank you for joining us on the Mellow Brick Road today. We are on path number 58. Can you believe it? 58, man. We are this close to retiring.
Yeah.
I guess you can retire at any age. Didn't they used to tell us that you could retire, it was supposed to be 65 and a half, which is a dumb number. But I know a guy who retired and he was 32.
Yeah, I guess.
Because he wrote some crazy algorithm for YouTube, and now he's a multi-millionaire. By the way, my name is Van Windsor. Thank you. I I am the Mellow Brick Road guru. No, Sherpa. I'm not a guru. I'm a Sherpa. We're Sherpas. No, I'm not a guru. I don't know what that means.
I mean, what's...
I mean, like, who's a guru? I mean, I can't even think of...
Ron Perlman?
Ron Perlman's not a guru. He's got a big head, though. Tell you that.
I would not mess with Ron
He's
Perlman.
scary as shit. Yeah, you guys haven't seen that video of him, like, talking to Bob Iger. It's awesome.
Just saying, like...
It's so intense.
We know your address, MF.
Yeah,
like,
but
it's so cool.
Oh, it's so awesome. But yeah, I'm Van Windsor.
I'm
here,
Trace Windsor.
Straight ahead of me across this lovely black felt table.
Could it be?
Could it be?
Could it be Trace Windsor?
Hey, if you guys know what that reference, turn the hole so they can see the shovel too.
Please,
they give them the whole hints. If you know what that shirt means.
Yeah.
Anyway,
reach out to us.
Comment on the show. mellowbrickroad.podcast@gmail.com. It's right here. It's right at the bottom of the screen. Just click on it, or don't click on that. Just type that into your email.
It is a reference, and if you know it,
if you know the reference, it could be Real Monsters. Remember that cartoon? It could be from that. It could be, remember that show, Earl? My Name is Earl.
My Name is Earl. I never watched it.
I saw a clip once where how they steal from a jewelry store. Mm-hmm. It was genius. He, like, grabs it. Well, should I explain that on the show?
I don't care.
So he, like, grabs it.
It's our show.
And, like, so give me that 9 3/4 hanging off your mic right there. Let me see that real fast. So what you do is, because you have like 3 guys, right? You have one person talking to them. You're like, oh, we're a couple. We're trying to get an engagement ring or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go see your rings or whatever.
Right.
Pull out the rings. Your buddy's behind you. He came in about 10 minutes ago, right? He came in way before you. He's perusing.
He's already inside.
He's looking at it and oh, this necklace is pretty nice. While they're distracting the salesman behind the thing, you walk over to the exit with a necklace in your hand and you just kind of like wave your hand in front of the sensor. Alarm goes off. He goes, oh, I didn't mean to trip that. I'm so sorry. They come over and they're like, oh, what happened? Oh, I didn't mean to trip that. While they're talking to him, you fucking put all that shit in your bag and you go, oh, no, yeah, we're good. We don't want it. And then you just walk out while the alarm is still going off.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
On My Name is Earl they did that?
Yeah, dude. He was like a fucking shithead on that show, I think, right?
Can I have my necklace back?
Yeah, I dropped it. I dropped it on the floor. Here.
That'd be a big ring.
I vacuumed on it. I vacuumed the floor though, so it should be clean.
That is really smart. I didn't know that's what was gonna.
There's some good actors in that show.
Yeah.
No, I never watched it, but I don't remember when I saw that clip. It must have been on YouTube. I don't remember if I searched it, but I remember watching just that clip. I don't think I've seen the whole show, but I hear it's okay.
It gives me Letterkenny vibes, but it's probably nothing like that.
No, it's nothing like that. No.
Yeah.
It's a comedy, but I think it's just.
I guess like just the people that live the people reminds me of
small town vibes.
Yeah, just small town.
It's more rural. Like it's. Yeah, I guess it's probably accurate. I don't know. Do you guys watch My Name is Earl? And anyone watching the show? Do you guys watch it at all?
I think it got prematurely.
Let us know.
Canceled.
Honestly, let's get this community of Mellow Brick Roadies going. It's like a comment. Have you seen My Name is Earl? If you have, do you love it? Let us know if we should watch it. We like The Bear. We've been watching The Bear. You've already seen both seasons.
I love The Bear. I think The Bear. It's one of my favorite shows.
If you guys like go to Adult Swim, you like Pretty Faces Going to Hell. I like that show. If you want to like figure out our favorite shows, I like that one a lot. Adult Swim.
That could be a whole episode, dude. Just talking about
our favorite shows.
Really like. Yeah.
Oh shit, dude!
I almost wore another shirt. We'll really try and get people engaged here. I almost wore another shirt of a band that's also a TV reference, Mouse Rat.
Oh,
if anybody knows what that's from,
hey,
comment.
I have a band shirt on right now. It's Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah,
right there's a Greta Van Fleet down there.
I love that shirt.
Me too. It's their parks project that they do. For national parks.
Love that shirt.
All the proceeds go to national park, like conservation. It says Escapes to Nature. It's fucking badass.
I love that.
Do you see it on the screen? It's a giant tree.
If you're listening, you gotta come to the video.
Yeah, honestly, if you're listening, you gotta go to the video. I know some people like. We got some comments on a couple episodes ago on when we had a poll or I think it was a questionnaire asking us. We were asking the audience where they listened to the show, and I got some comments. A lot of people said Apple Podcasts actually, which I love Apple Podcasts.
I do
I'm
too.
a big fan
I listen to a lot on Apple.
Me too. Love them. You're the best. Sponsor us. Give us a show. And yeah, I thought that was really cool. So if you listen to Apple Podcasts, I don't think they have video yet, but and you know what? Spotify has video now. Last episode, path number 57, that was on video on Spotify too, and we also have our YouTube video. So hey, if you're listening on another podcast app like SoundCloud or Apple Podcasts or TuneIn or Stitcher, we're on. You know what? We're on a lot of podcast apps. You know, we're a pretty big deal. If you're listening and you're not watching, all you gotta do, look at the time of where you're listening to right now, and whenever you want to watch, go on over to YouTube. Tick 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 tack. Type in the episode. It's right there for you in the Mellow Brick Road podcast playlist next to the What You Reading one, and you can click on that and just go to the timestamp that you already wrote down because you're smart, and then you can just watch it, and then you can laugh and comment about how funny and handsome we are. That'd be great.
Heck yeah.
All right, are we done groveling? Can we start the show?
Yeah,
Start the show. All right, here we go. Starting the show 20 minutes late, just like always. Here's what I want to talk about first. We need to talk about this because we've been playing Assassin's Creed, the Egyptian one, which I think we've already talked about.
Origins, which is
Origins, yes.
2 or 3 back from what they're currently on, but it is so
I didn't play the 2 or 3 before that game either. I played Assassin's Creed 2 and 3, and then I don't think I played any the pirate one. Remember that one came out? I didn't play that one.
Black Flag.
Yeah, everything.
There was the American Revolution one.
Ooh, that's the last one I played. That one's my favorite.
That one's good.
That one's so good.
We've been playing Origins.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm going through the Tomb of Khufu right now.
I'm gonna be honest. I've been staying up way too late. I've been staying up too late, man.
Me too.
I was getting pretty
bad.
good about going to bed like for work in the morning, and this week I've been a bad boy.
Yeah,
I've been a bad boy this week.
This week's been rough for me.
And we stayed up and played another game that one night, but other than that, dude, I was getting on every night.
Yeah.
And it's just fun. It's just so cool to run around.
It's just so neat to just lose yourself in the Egyptian desert, man. I mean, I've been reading Dune, so I got hard Dune
really
vibes right now, dude. So like, I love reading Dune for like a couple hours, and then playing Assassin's Creed is so much fun.
Yeah.
And so the reason I bring that up is I wanted to talk to you about this thing I saw the other day about for the new game that just came out. I think the new Assassin's Creed game.
I don't even Odyssey maybe.
I think it's called Odyssey.
Is it Rome? I don't. I'm
sorry
sorry if I'm wrong, but I don't know.
I'm not too sure, but they have come out with an Assassin's Creed haptic shirt that will make it so you feel, quote unquote, exclusive sensations never felt before, right? And I mean, if you don't know that, so like Assassin's Creed, the whole point is like you are a person in the near future. You're going into this machine called the Animus, which basically like it hooks up your consciousness with someone in history that is it someone that is in your line, like your gene pool?
That's how it used to be.
It's not like that anymore?
No, I don't know if the story still does that or if it's just.
That's how it used to be. I liked that.
It's probably still that. I'm just saying.
Either way, you go back into the consciousness of someone like hundreds of years, almost thousands, hundreds of years ago, and you're living their life basically. You're feeling their feelings, blah blah blah.
And you have to keep it synchronized. You can't just kill random people.
Yeah, you have to actually
follow these missions.
It's like time travel, but you have to do everything that's already happened, right? You can't change because then.
But at the same time, it's not like if you run the wrong direction or if you don't do something,
right?
It doesn't
you can take your time.
Yeah, it doesn't throw you up that way,
but so like of all the games that would come out with a haptic shirt, I'm like, yeah, that would be this one. It makes that's why the haptic shirt kind of makes sense for me when I first saw it, because a haptic shirt you wear it and there's like this, I don't know, it's like something like sensors in the fabric that will like.
I'm assuming contract and be able to.
And then you feel it on you. So like if someone punches you in the game, I guess it'd feel like you're getting punched in the stomach. That sounds fucking awesome.
If you're listening, I recommend coming and looking at this.
But I think I'll post a picture of it right here. My first question, and it's the biggest question I have, is short sleeve?
Short sleeve.
Why is it short sleeve?
And why is it skin colored?
I kind of like the way it looks. I kind of like it
strange looking.
It looks like Assassin's Creed.
The back is strange. No, and it has the Assassin's Creed logo on the arm, shoulder, whatever over here, which is cool.
Oh, okay. Real fast. The game is going to be released October 12th.
I wonder what the pocket's for.
And the game code for the shirt will be included in the game. The Founder Edition shirt of this sold for £499, which is 560 American dollars. But it was also part of a 2,000 unit batch and won't necessarily reflect the final price. So it could be, I'm thinking somewhere between like $300, $500, $800. They might jack it out.
Jesus, that's more than the console.
Just a shirt.
But I mean,
it's supposed to work on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and the Xbox. What is it? What is it? The new Xbox, the giant
Xbox
thing. Xbox Series X, S, and also PC. So it works on everything except for Switch. But I don't know if Assassin's Creed is on Switch.
So it says there are 9 haptic points between your chest, your stomach, your lower back, and arms. And there's haptic points on those things. There's 9 wave parameters to simulate interactions ranging from the wind to a dagger.
That's nuts, dude. Feeling the wind. Hey, how about you go outside to feel the wind?
Well, what I was gonna
right?
Okay, so one of the things I thought about was one of the big things in Assassin's Creed is parkour. That's like kind of the main thing, really, that it's known for. The parkour and be able to move and climb everything.
Yes.
I thought about if it was long sleeve or if you had gloves or something, like if there was a way for it to feel like you were on a ledge. Think about like hanging on a ledge.
Oh, like if you had gloves?
Yeah, but you're holding the controller, so that doesn't really work.
That'd be neat.
But I was just thinking about if it simulated or it squeezed on your forearms, so it felt like they were like under.
You would
pressure.
have to have. You would literally need to have. It would have to be VR first of all.
Yeah.
And you would have to have the full. You'd have to have the full suit that the main character in Ready Player One gets like halfway through the book. You know when he's in when he's in his own apartment, and he's like bald and he's doing like he hooks up. He hooks up to that entire thing.
Yeah.
Like that's what you need if you want because you need you'll have to have your hands free. And you'll have to actually do the motion, or else you're just sitting there and then you feel it like while you're doing this with your hand.
Yeah.
Like that won't even feel right.
You know what?
So you'd have to like. That's why I don't think VR porn is like. I feel like I'm like that's all talk.
It's stupid, man.
Because like you're still just watching.
Yeah. You know what I saw for sale the
Can't
other day?
fool me, VR porn. Nice try.
I saw a VR treadmill.
Yeah,
one of those omnidirectional treadmill. It was like $1,000.
See, that being said, VR porn with a flashlight. That's thinking. If you're doing that, you're thinking. So you've outsmarted the game. Or have you fallen deeper into the capitalist trap because you bought too expensive things just so you can experience what the French call the little death?
We've talked about this.
I just wanted to say it.
We talked about this before several times with Ready Player One. If you've never read that book, go read it. It's about the Oasis, just a video game. It's a movie now.
I haven't read the second one.
The second one's okay. The first one's a fucking masterpiece. But like we talked about, it's full haptic suit.
I like it.
And they're shooting guns. They have swords and stuff. Like on this, what's a dagger gonna feel like in your stomach?
I don't know.
Do you want that while you're playing?
I don't know, man. I die a lot in Origins.
I do too.
I notice that.
I get silly.
What is being desynchronized gonna feel like?
Ooh, it like all.
What if it makes it feel like your whole? It's like your soul's being sucked out. Like the whole thing is just like this wave of like. And you're like, oh god. But here's what I think
too. The short sleeve is strange.
This whole like, okay. Here's another thing too. If you get to watch Ready Player One, that's your little warning flag, right, for this kind of stuff. Here's my warning flag. Watch the anime. Oh no. Watch the anime Sword Art online, because
it's one of the only ones I've heard.
You ever seen it? You ever watch it? You need to watch
unless I watched it with you guys at the apartment.
I'd say watch the first season for sure. Second season's okay. And I didn't watch the third season. Something like a Call of Duty game in the third season, I think. So I didn't watch that because it was just I like the first season with like the swords and stuff so much better. Second season was like butterflies and fairies, which was cool. It was pretty, but I like the first season story, but anyway, the whole thing is like, it's a VR thing, right? New VR game. Everyone gets in it. It's like highest selling VR of all time. Opening day is this day. Everyone's gonna get on. As soon as everyone gets on it, the game creator's like, "What's up? None of you can leave this now. Like, if you try to leave this, and like a bunch of people try to take their helmets off, dead. They all die because the helmet. It's a helmet, right? You put the whole helmet on, and it's set up to where if you take it off before it's turned off, it will like send an electrical charge through from one side to the other, and it'll melt your brain pretty much. Wow. So like other people taking their helmets off, they're all dying, and if you die in the game, then it happens. It also happens again. So like a lot of people, and then he removes like this is a whole thing of like when you pull up the menu and you go like turn off or like whatever. He removes that button, so you can't even do that. Weird. But you can force quit by taking off the helmet. He's like, don't do that. But the only way you can win and save everybody is if you beat the game. That's the whole point of the story. It's a fucking awesome anime. I think it's great. It was the first anime I'd ever seen. Besides a few episodes of like Dragon Ball. It was. I mean, it's a. If you've never seen anime, I think it's a good opener because it is like it's pretty relatable. Video games, easy to get into, and it's fucking sweet.
I would say.
And then go to One Piece and you're fucking sad.
That's super similar to Ready Player 2. They get trapped in the helmets. You can't leave.
Oh really?
You die. Yeah.
He stole that from.
Probably
Sword Art Online.
Ernest Klein.
Hey man.
Son of a gun.
Good artists imitate. Great artists steal.
Who said that?
Your fucking mama. You can take it to the bank, you little bitch. No, honestly, I'm sorry. I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. No, but that's a quote that I have read. Good artists. I think it's like good artists imitate something like that, and then but like great artists steal because like you just steal your ideas. You just straight up take it.
Yeah.
Elvis did that.
Yeah.
He was given ideas that people stole them.
Well, yeah.
It's a murky area.
That is a strange thing that I thought about the other day because one of my favorite Elvis songs of all time is called "If I Can Dream." It's at the end of his '68 special.
Oh man, that song!
And they're like, everybody's like, Elvis doesn't write his.
Right now.
They're like, Elvis doesn't write his own music. Elvis, whatever. I'm like, he wrote that song, or he definitely had there are songs that another artist didn't record. I'm not saying. I think Elvis understood that he had a unique voice, and that people, how forward thinking of it. And I know it was happening before him, but like how forward thinking for him to go, I have an interesting voice that people are going to want to hear me sing other songs that they are fond of to see how it changes it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm just going to do that. That sounds good to me. But it is murky.
The confidence of being like, people are going to fucking love it.
They might like that version, but wait to this version.
It's so interesting, but everyone does that. Everyone always thinks they're the superstar, right? That's one thing.
Oh, they're the main character.
We've seen that subreddit. I've seen the subreddit a lot lately. I don't know what. I think it's because Reddit's fucking like dismantling itself, and it's just like all the threads are going loose. So I'm getting all these weird subreddits sent to me. But like that, I am the main character. I think it's r/I'm the main character. It is upsetting.
We talked about that in Memphis.
Yeah.
About how. Great of a description that
people that just like put themselves in the middle of something for no reason, only because they're like, it's me, everyone's gonna love it, and you're like, who are you?
Yeah.
And like it was just so I've been watching a lot of WWE as well. I think we've talked about that before. We watched SummerSlam like an hour ago with all of the kids,
with some cousins, and
that was this year's season 35 SummerSlam. If you didn't watch it, fucking get in it, because Brock Lesnar takes Roman Reigns to town. I'm not gonna spoil who wins, but it's pretty crazy. Brock Lesnar brings a fucking tractor into the ring. You heard that right. Brought a tractor into the ring.
Yes, nuts. Into the WWE arena.
So I'm watching this WWE the last few days, right? And sometimes they get thrown into the ring or into the audience, you know?
Right.
And I'm watching this, and the audience, like, they paid money to go see this fight, right?
And to be very close.
Right. So they go into the audience. They're fighting right in the middle of the crowd, amongst all the chairs and all the people, right? no one's watching them. Everyone's...
Are they looking up at the screen or something?
Everyone's looking at the cameraman. And they're waving, they're leaning, and they're going like this, they're going, hey, hi. And I'm going, The Rock is literally right behind you, putting Kane in a chokehold. What are you doing looking at the camera? Everyone wants to be on screen.
That's so strange.
They're not even looking at... The Rock is 2 feet in front of you.
What year was this?
This is like... Dude, this had to be like 97.
Okay, so no phones is what I was getting at.
No. This is... No.
No phone, so then, yeah, people are just like, oh, the camera, I could be on that.
But, like... What... If you think about it, it's the same thing of, like, everyone's throwing shit at people at concerts, right?
Fucking ignorant, man.
But, like...
Stop doing that
But, like,
shit.
doesn't that show, like... People are so desperate for attention.
Yeah.
But, like, doesn't that also show that social media doesn't do fucking shit? It's not genuine connection is what I should say.
Right.
It's not like... It's not... This is weird. I don't fucking hang out with people during the day, ever.
Right.
But, like, except for you.
Right.
But, I don't know. Like, why else would you throw that up there? Because people
it's definitely not going to be a positive outcome.
There's like a, I don't know if it's just America or what, but like there's some sort of like weird thing of like, with all this social media and like TikTok and all that, where it's like, all videos of me are good videos.
Mm-hmm.
All content is content.
Good, or any press is good press.
Exactly. All content is good content.
And also the one person does it, throws it, hits so and so, fucking splits their eye open. All the media units do it, and then everybody copycats and does it. Oh, they fucking went viral because they threw a boot at so and so.
Yeah,
like,
and I know I said, I know I said earlier, great artists steal. That's not stealing. That's a knockoff. Everyone else that throws shit at artists, you're a fucking hack. That's what that is. In 5 years, maybe you can if someone threw like a cup, maybe 5 years from now, you throw the same kind of cup. That's called an homage, right? But as soon as someone else goes, oh, I'm also going to throw that something, it's like, no, you're a fucking hack. That's been done before. Like, you can't. They did an homage. Yeah. They're not copying. That's like a. Remember when that person 5 years ago did that? Mm-hmm. I'm doing that. I mean, it's a shitty thing to do, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because that's what always happens. Someone does something cool, and then you get like 30 imitators all trying to do the exact same thing. It happens. You see it on YouTube all the time. Like, big influencers come out with a topic, and then you have like 30 other people. Suddenly they're all like, we just discovered this new thing. And it's like, you fucking watched Markiplier do that a week ago. Shout out Marky.
5 years. I fucking love Markiplier. God, I love Marky.
And then they do the exact same like game or video, and you're like, oh, you just discovered this. Yeah. Like, come on.
Yeah. You know who else has that problem going on? Yellowstone National Park. A lot of dickheads.
Yeah, we should probably get back to the show.
Think that they are more important than the nature around them.
At first I was okay with this kind of like stuff, but honestly it's not okay.
At first it is cool. It is a cool thing. Some places encourage it. Sorry, I haven't even said the thing. The rock stacking, rock balancing, where people take stones and stack a tower.
I don't know when this trend started, but it was like a thing of like one person leaves a rock. I mean, it's literally what we just said of like one person left one because they thought it was cool and it was probably fucking cool looking.
Yeah. And
then the next hiker showed up and they're like, "Holy shit, look at that! Oh, you know what? We should leave one too." It's like when you go to the drive-thru and you're like, "Hey, I'm gonna pay for the person behind me too," right? And then they go up and then it's like, "Where's the pay? You're gonna pay too?" And you go, "Guess I should." And then people almost when you get like 10 of those stacks of rocks, you're like, "I guess I might as well leave one because everyone else does." Yeah. Same thing when you see like carvings on like trails and stuff. It's if you're gonna carve on like the man-made railings. Yeah. Don't carve on fucking trees. Don't carve on rocks.
Carve on the 2x4 they built.
Sorry, I don't want to yell, but like, carve on like the man-made shit.
Yeah.
Carve on
because they're gonna replace it at some point.
Exactly. Don't carve on the trees or like cacti. I saw a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like in California or like the southwest of the country, but anyway, we can get back on the rocks. But like you know what I mean. Like so like it got to the point where like there were hundreds of these stacks
I misspoke. I want to fix it now. I said Yellowstone. It's Yosemite.
Is it Yosemite?
I said Yellowstone. It's Yosemite.
It's Yosemite. Sorry,
it's
Yellowstone.
Yosemite.
No
But
press for you
probably
today.
Also Yellowstone.
It probably happens in a lot of parks.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. Well, it's a whole thing of like.
So they're having a problem with people stacking the rocks. There's a picture here that we'll show.
Yeah, I'll show it up.
Is like, it pisses me off.
Yeah, it really makes me mad.
It's cool to see.
If you came up to it, you'd go, "Why is this here?" And
Yeah.
people would go, "Oh, people do it for fun," and I'd go, "That's dumb." I'd probably kick them all over. I'd be like, "Fuck this."
Now Yosemite has came out and said, their park rangers have said, if you see rock stacks, knock them over.
Kick them over.
Knock them to the
well,
fucking dirt.
because that's a big thing with Yosemite.
Canes?
In like a lot of national parks, is they have a policy of a leave no trace.
Yeah,
that's the whole point. Like, and the whole thing is like
in bold.
If you go to a national park and you camp, a lot of them have free camping spots.
Mm-hmm.
You camp, you leave, make a fire, whatever, blah blah blah. When you leave, before you leave, put out the fire.
Yep.
Kick the ashes away.
Yep.
Spread them out. Take your tent out of here. Pick up
All
your
the trash
trash.
should be gone.
Pick it up. Get it out of here. Make it look like you were never there. And make it seem. Just pretend for like 20 minutes that you're a serial killer and the campsite is the family you just fucking slit the throat of and caught on fire.
That's a good.
And
yeah, that's good. I
and
like
now, hey, guess what? The sirens they're coming.
Ringing in your ears.
They're coming. So you gotta clean up your mess and get out of there. No trace.
There you go. They're called Caims? Caims? C-A-I-M?
The rocks?
That's what.
Caims?
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 I don't know how they say it.
Caims?
The rock piles are called C-A-I-M-S.
Oh, cairns.
Sure.
C-A-I-R-N-S.
But yeah, said the unnatural constructions go against the
Cairns.
leave no trace practices. I guarantee you, this sign they walked in said, "Leave no trace."
Oh,
pick up all your trash.
Dude, you
do
can't.
not leave the walking path or whatever it says.
Oh yeah.
Leave no trace. And it, we've done it at our local lake. Actually, to be honest, I've never really done the rock thing. I've done sticks or like driftwood, kind of stacked it together. But this is it's so. Well, you had talked about it.
So much. That's
you had
so
talked
much.
about. You don't even think about it like bugs, snakes.
Yeah,
birds,
that's a big thing.
Like everybody that uses
a lot
spot.
of bugs and stuff. They use those rocks. They live underneath them. They're shelter.
That picture looks insane.
You're picking up these rocks, like other things. Other things are alive on this fucking planet.
Yeah,
right.
Again, main character. We are not the main fucking character.
We could. I think we were thriving before we even had agriculture. We were one with everything. Everything was fine, and then we just started getting a little bit too smart for our own good.
Insects, reptiles, microorganisms. Look at this video. That girl, that's as tall as that girl.
Is she gonna knock it over?
That's 5 feet tall. This was posted by Yosemite National Park.
Post it. I want to see her kick it over.
If it'll go.
We don't have to wait for it.
It's not wanting to go, but it's literally a stack of.
It's like 5.5.
Heavy.
It's probably 5.5 feet tall, probably taller. She looks like she's. Oh, here we go.
There
She's knocking it over. There she goes. Yes,
my girl.
Yes. She's the best.
Unfortunately,
she's my hero. Hero. Hey, you know what? Hero of the week right there. Hero of the week.
Yeah, shout out to her. I don't know. I'm assuming is a park ranger,
but she is a badass.
The thing about it is like. What sucks is that's now the new natural. Is those now you have piles of rocks not piles. Now you have knocked over towers everywhere, and it's like that's not really natural either. But it will hopefully go back.
Here's the thing: cairns can be useful. Normal. This is what I'm reading a little bit ago. So they can be useful. They can be used for like navigation purposes, like as in like, hey, if you're going on this path, like you see a cairn on the right side of a fork, it's like take the right path, right? So it's like that. It's used for like hikers and like what does it say right there? Trail workers. So like they're constructed by rangers and trail workers.
Okay.
So like professionals build them for specific reasons.
Fair.
And they're probably marked for what they're built for.
Yeah, when used appropriately.
Yeah. So like if you build 100 of these next to each other, it kind of dilutes the signal, right? It's like if you had a signpost going town 10 miles this way. but then like surrounding it, you had like 50 other signs, all pointing in different directions, and you're like, I don't even know which way I'm supposed to go now.
This is insane. Like that picture.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
So don't stack rocks, and if he stacks rocks, push him over.
Kick him over. Fuck it. Even if a trail worker made that, they'll come back and make it again.
It's
you know
not
what I mean?
naturally.
It's the ranger's job to make that rock pile.
Yeah.
So you knock it over, they'll put it back. That's what they do. They check that shit, right? That's what you play Firewatch. It's like one of your jobs. You go and you just patrol.
Yep.
You just check your shit.
I don't know. We haven't talked about Elephant Rock, have we? Can you imagine
Ellen from
Elephant Rock?
Elephant Rock.
Can you imagine stacking?
Holy shit, dude, that'd be insane.
For those, in case we haven't talked about it, I don't think we did.
I don't think we have.
We went to Elephant Rock, which is a state park in
Missouri,
very southern Missouri,
South Missouri,
and
Ayo.
You really need to check it out.
Oh my god,
it's so awesome. It's
check out it's on our Instagram page.
Yeah,
check out our Instagram page and also our respective Instagram pages. I'm sure
it's over a billion years old.
A billion and a half years old.
It's a granite formation of rocks, and that is such an undersell.
Dude, so last night,
such an undersell.
When we got home from watching Oppenheimer, we watched Oppenheimer last night. We don't have to talk about it.
We don't have to talk about it, but
it's gonna make me yell.
I loved it.
I mean, I yelled in like a good way.
Such a good movie.
We're not gonna talk about it.
Okay.
So we got home, and I had to decompress, right? So I was sitting outside. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I was sitting underneath the stars, because the stars were out last night. Like, out.
Strangely,
it was
so
strange. I also thought, like, I was like, this is a coincidence. This is coming out right now.
When you texted me, I'm like,
but dude, I was sitting outside for a long time. No bugs either. No. Also weird, especially for, like, where I am, there's always bugs at night. Yeah. Anyway. So I'm watching them, and I'm just looking at the stars, and I'm really, like, not... At first I was relaxing, because I was looking at the stars, you can see the Milky Way, and I love when you can see the Milky Way. Mm-hmm. And then I really started freaking myself out, because I started thinking, like, Oppenheimer, of, like, thinking about stars and, like, black holes and stuff, and I was crazy. Yeah. And... it was just... I saw 2 shooting stars, right, which was dope. Made 2 good wishes, hopefully.
There we go.
I always say one... I always wish for Spider-Man powers, but without... I wish to be Spider-Man without being Peter Parker. I'm like, I always say, I wish to have Spider-Man powers without Peter Parker's problems. That's always my wish.
Oh, that's
Since I was
good.
like
that's
7 years old, it's always been my wish.
That's
if I
good.
always have a wish, I'm always going to use that one first.
That's good wording.
If I have, exactly.
You got.
I don't want to get bit by a spider. Yeah, you can inject it to me, inject it, whatever. I don't want to get bit by a spider though, because I don't want that. Because then, like, every spider I see, I'm going to think, oh, this will be the one that I'm getting bit by spiders all the fucking time because I'm an idiot. Anyway. What was I talking about?
I don't know.
Forgot.
I don't know.
Jesus Christ. No, I remember now. So, I'm looking at the stars. I see 2 shooting stars, and the second wish I had, I'm not going to tell you the second wish, but it's a secret. I saw 2 shooting stars, and I was just thinking, because those are like meteors, right?
Yeah, sure.
And so... I was just thinking, like, man, how far has that thing traveled just to get right where I can see it?
Right.
How far...
Into your eyes.
How far was it traveling back in time? Because I was looking at the stars. You ever just look at the stars, ladies and gentlemen, and you just think, like, you're trying to, like, think back. Because the whole thing is, like, you're not seeing the star, you're seeing the light it projected on its way. And so if you went, actually, like, however many light years away.
Yeah, 13.
And if you, like, went all the way there, it was probably already destroyed by the time you got there, or blown up. Yeah. Because it just takes so long to get there.
Yeah.
And so I was, like, freaking myself out thinking that all the stars I was looking at in the sky, and I was seeing a metric, I'm going to try and be scientific, a metric fuck ton of stars. And I think I said that in Oppenheimer. I think he said a metric fuck ton of radiation is choking the Japanese people. No, so it was a metric fuck ton of stars out of the sky last night, and I was just imagining all of them had, like, all exploded and became black holes, and my thought was like, oh, so what if, like, just theoretically, like we learned from the movie, theoretically, the entire universe, like, way, way far, wherever the stars were coming from, that could all be already eaten up by black holes.
Yeah.
And it just hasn't reached us yet.
Yeah, we don't.
Can you imagine us hearing that be when you see stars, and all of a sudden like all the lights just go out, and then you're like, what? And then like you see like a black hole like getting bigger and bigger, like you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
That would be fucking terrifying. And so then I had to go to bed. I had to put on a Mr. Show, the comedy show. And it calmed me down pretty fast.
Is that the one with Bob Odenkirk?
Bob Odenkirk and David Cross.
Yeah.
Don't forget David Cross.
Yeah, I know. We were talking about Bob Odenkirk.
SpongeBob.
Last night.
Tom Kenny.
Tom Kenny's in everything, dude.
Dude, that's Tom Kenny though. Rated R.
Yeah.
That's fun, Tom Kenny.
Well,
pre-SpongeBob, that's fun, Tom Kenny.
But he's done a lot lately. Like a lot of animated shows will have. I'll just go.
Oh yeah,
Tom Kenny.
You can hear it,
and it's usually. I think he's an Agent Elvis at some point.
He is, yeah.
He's the freaking monkey.
Yeah.
He's the chimp.
Yeah. You can hear it too, which is weird.
Yeah, like I could hear the monkey making noises, and I'm like, that sounds familiar. That might be Tom Kenny. That might be the guy that did SpongeBob.
Yeah. Dude, you know what? Speaking of underwater creatures and friendly companions that aren't human, did you hear about this Australian sailor who was lost at sea for 2 months with his dog?
Yeah.
They both survived.
And they survived. And
did you hear about this?
I watched him.
They were eating raw fish and drinking. I think it was rainwater.
A lot of fishing. He said. I watched.
He was a sailor, luckily for him.
The only thing I saw about it was that I saw him like the rescue video of them like going to him and being like, "Where are you from?" And he's like, "I'm Australian." All this stuff.
Yeah.
And I saw his like when he got back on land interview. Like he did like an interview.
Right.
Like he was a pro athlete.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Doing this interview thing.
I was just swimming in the Pacific Ocean.
He was so cool. Like I don't know. He didn't obviously make a big deal about it.
Tim Shattuck.
Bella.
51.
His dog Bella.
Aww.
So, I will say, he was on what they call, isn't it called like a catamaran?
Yeah.
It's a little bit bigger boat than you would think people get shipwrecked, or not shipwrecked, lost at sea on. Yeah. Like you think of like a little shanty, plywood, but it was a catamaran. Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying it was nice and ideal. I'm just saying it was. I thought they'd have a picture.
I don't know.
It was better than I had thought, and he also said in the interview that he had packed a lot. He was well packed.
Oh, okay.
From the start, so it wasn't like say he got blown off at for 2 months, but it was like for the very beginning of it, he was prepared.
He had like a month and a half of provisions.
Yeah. So then it said I didn't know this. The boat was damaged by a storm.
Yeah, he hit a storm, and just eventually, like it was a slow thing, but eventually it was like, I gotta abandon ship.
Rescued by a trawler this week after a helicopter spotted them. What are the fucking odds of a helicopter?
Ocean is fucking big, man.
Where was he coming from?
He left Mexico. He was headed for French Polynesia.
Left Mexico for French Polynesia.
Yeah.
I don't know where that's at.
He was going, just imagine he's going toward, let me try and think of a location out of my ass here. Picture like Hawaii, but like more south.
I had Hawaii in my head.
Kind of like, picture like you're making like a south, like kind of going south and then you're going back north. But you're going, going west. He's going west, is what he was doing.
Oh, it's like an island.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's a 20-and-a-half-hour flight.
From where you are. From here.
Oh, Tahiti. This is Tahiti.
There you go.
I know Tahiti.
It's not in France.
I've heard of it. It's a French overseas territory.
It's funny when other countries have like territories like we do.
It's like
other
come up with your own stuff.
It's almost like hello, I'm America. I'm the main character here.
Yeah, you want to talk about somebody that thinks they're main character.
You got blood on your hands. No one cares about who built the wall.
Go watch out, please.
dropped the bomb. Shout out Harry S. Truman, Missouri boy,
oh,
dude.
God. Do you want to shout him out?
No.
Unshout out.
I've read too much. I like his glasses, I guess.
His bow tie was fucking goofy.
I like Gary Oldman's portrayal of him. I think Gary Oldman did a great job.
I like that I didn't know it was Gary Oldman. I didn't know Gary Oldman was in the movie.
Yeah, I wasn't waiting for
so
him.
then I'm like, oh shit.
You're like, holy shit, I didn't know that he was in this. He was great.
What did he call him, a crybaby or something?
Get this crybaby scientist out of here. Or don't let that crybaby back in here. Yeah, it was terrible.
Wow, I
love
wonder,
that movie though. Not the movie was terrible. I mean, like he was terrible.
When you get off, dude, I can't imagine being in our pond for 2 months, where you can see the edge.
Yeah.
You know, like that would suck.
You can't even see the edge.
That's what I mean, and you're getting bashed by waves.
He was going south.
There could be
west.
There could be. Oh my gosh, dude, that makes me sick.
I was exactly right.
He also managed to avoid some by sheltering under the boat's canopy, so he did have shelter of some sort. Wow, what? I wonder what his first meal was when he got home. What would your first meal be?
Ooh, fish and chips.
I'd be sick of fish.
I'd be sick of fish.
We were
probably some, but I would probably do potatoes, something like fries. Fries would be good.
Would you be in that point? You know how like people don't, when people are starved for so long, they can't eat right away.
Yeah.
Would do you think he? I don't.
He
probably didn't run
into
into that.
Provision. Seemed like he was eating pretty steadily. Seemed like he was eating small meals. So I'm thinking he was
probably not too far.
We're not too far. 2 months. That's like, if you're saying 2 months, I'm thinking 45 to 60 days.
Yeah.
That's a long fucking
That's
time, man.
Dude. That's so long to not touch the ground. I know you're on a boat, and I know he had
small meals. I mean,
know
how
he could
small
get
are these
under it.
meals? How small are these meals he's eating? 45, 60 days. That's.
And the dog, dude. I would be so nervous about the dog.
Oh man, that's the only thing keeping you going too.
And the dog like has nowhere to like.
Yeah, that's rough.
Relieve itself on land.
Imagine.
Like, oh my gosh. So
that sucks so bad.
For me, what would I really be craving? I guess I would be craving whatever they serve in Tahiti. Because like that's what you're like. Okay, I'm leaving Mexico.
Do you think they have like hamburger helper stroganoff?
that's your go-to.
Dude, you ever tried stroganoff hamburger helper?
It is good.
It's fucking great.
Now, you might be in agreement with me
maybe
here.
A pear.
Hamburger helper, a little cottage cheese and applesauce.
Oh, for sure.
Guys, on top,
dude.
On top.
You are the man with the plan. Because that's what you do.
Yeah, so.
I'll tell you what, tomorrow, we got an air fryer, right? We got an air fryer going again.
I'm pumped about it for you.
I'm making air fryer donuts. I'm going to try and make those, and I can't wait.
Tomorrow morning, like for breakfast?
Yeah, dude, because I'm a fucking badass chef. Do you know how much British Bake Off I watch?
Because you're a Missouri boy.
Yeah, man.
You're a Missouri boy.
Get that crybaby out of here.
Speaking of Missouri food and things,
you've
sent me a picture of like AI.
You
and I go back and forth.
Yeah.
We don't know how to feel about AI.
Yeah.
But
this
every
is
once in a while,
silly.
I think it's funny. It puts out good things.
Funny.
I don't know.
I found this. I think it was like a BuzzFeed article of like.
That's what it says.
It was like basically what they did was they asked AI what Europeans think Americans from each state look like, which I didn't actually. I thought it was actually what AI thought each person was. But it's what Europeans. So this is, you know what? Let me just say this right now, and before I even explain what's going on, go fuck yourself, Europe. No one cares about your king.
Oh, what a joke, the royal family.
Everyone's already forgotten your queen. All right, here's what I want to talk about.
What a joke.
So this is Missouri, right? Number 25, Missouri.
I thought
and I think it's pretty spot on, to be honest, though. Like I know I yelled at you, Europe, but
is it people or food? I thought it was food. I misread.
No, Americans. What Americans?
Okay, what Americans?
What do you think it was? What Americans eat?
What American what American eat in each state?
Missourians. Well, you can't think of Missourians without thinking of a giant
pork fucking volcano of
It's one of those. It's like a dumb AI conglomeration of like a bunch of different like pork
bones
and shit sticking out of it. But it's literally like it's like 4 foot wide, 3 foot tall, fucking chode, and it looks like he's got some potatoes over there.
52 waist, 10-inch leg.
He's got potatoes.
Those look like fried potatoes, which we had.
We literally had today. We had pork steak today, and he looks like 10 people I know. He's a heavier set guy, but like you can tell like
shirt?
He has that like it's like a solid fat. It's not like really a jiggly fat on the surface, but
I'm getting up to look at his shirt. I gotta see what his shirt is.
He's just got such a Missouri haircut, man. That Missouri haircut is so hurting. It's just probably some AI thing. Is it like a cow cut up?
I thought it was one of those things where it's like
all the pieces of meat. Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like.
It's like kind of that, but it also doesn't. I would click on it to make it bigger, but it actually makes it.
I'll
smaller.
put the picture up here for everybody else so they can look at it.
But,
I mean, like no.
He's wearing gloves.
He is wearing gloves, which actually is less Missouri-like than I thought. But I'll put the picture up. I think it's pretty good.
It's pretty accurate.
Like I want to be mad at it, but I'm like, that's pretty fucking accurate. Like for the average Missourian, like that's pretty accurate.
When I think of how we just ate, what we just ate upstairs.
That's what I'm saying. We literally just ate this,
and the way we were eating.
I almost didn't want to bring it up because we just literally ate this meal, just a little more organized. But like that could be a barbecue that we would be at. Like he's in a field. He's in a field. It's like someone's backyard. Like, this is nuts.
What is this, though?
That's
kind of where it looks like AI is just kind of...
The background is, I don't know what that is.
There's like a fence post right here, sort of. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's really all you need. Jeez Louise, man. What a mess. Misery. Let's see. Before we go, I want to do one more thing here.
That's funny.
I have a new saying, or a new phrase, a new term, rather, that I want to try and get going, right? And I discovered this earlier today, right before we started recording, because we were boating all day.
Yep.
Just sitting in the sun, just getting zapped, right? We're fucking
I'm burnt.
I don't
know if you can see it on camera.
Honestly,
I'm burnt.
I don't even know if my eyes have been open this entire time.
They haven't. I thought about saying something, but
there you go. Well, it's been a long day, and we finally started doing a fish fry. We had like pork steak and I was eating some of that fish fry, some
coleslaw.
Fryer, man, it was so good. Coleslaw, fruit salad. We had a whole bunch. We had a bunch of family over. It was great.
Yeah, it was great day. Great day.
And I was so tired. And I finally got that first piece of fish. Catfish, crappie. And I took a big old bite of that crappie, and I just went. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you blow out your nose.
You exhaled from your nose and you shook your head. Yeah.
I call it nose blows. So when you get like you bite a fish and you go, well, how about this? You go from work and drink a beer, you drink a beer and you go, man, that nose blows, man. That nose blows hard.
That fucking nose blows,
man. You're like, oh, hard day? You're like, oh yeah. Or it's like, how can you tell? Your nose blowing all over the place over there. You're blowing because you're not blowing your nose. She's just sneezing, right? It's cleaner. Your nose blowing.
But can you ED it or is it always S?
No.
That shit nose blows.
Yeah, that nose blows, dude.
Nose blows. But in past tense,
dude,
you say.
Hey, how was Trace last night after work? I know he worked a 12-hour shift. Dude, he was so rough, dude. When he finally got home and ate some dinner, he nose blowed so hard. Every bite, man. He was so exhausted.
It is. I mean? It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. And you could also do that with like when you are late at night, you're laying in bed and you're looking at like Reddit or something funny on Facebook, and you something makes you laugh, but you're not gonna like laugh out loud.
Yeah.
So you just kind of go.
You just go. Yeah. You exhale from your nose.
Exhale from your nose.
But you're literally coming off of. It's so good. That all you can, like, you're so satisfied by it, all you can do is, like, not believe it. You know what I mean? You're like, damn, that's good.
That nose blows,
it's like
dude.
that.
That meme, the nose blows, dude.
What's funny?
Dude, that fucking nose blows, dude.
What's
dude, that fucking nose blows, dude. I'm not getting nose blows, dude.
What's funny is you're nailing a very specific thing that I know I've personally done.
I was a sociology minor.
I will eat something really good at a restaurant and I'll just go, damn, I can't believe I'm having that. And you do that exhale. And
it's just after like a long fucking day.
Yeah.
You're just so like
it's like relief.
So, it is.
It's like
you're letting the steam. You're opening that steam valve. You're like because like you get that food and that means like, oh, you're done. You're done for the day.
Yeah.
'Cause it's one of those things. Because I do this sometimes when I'm working so much I don't eat.
Yeah.
And so like you finally get food, you don't even realize you need it, and then you finally get it, and you're like, oh, I needed this so bad.
That's so funny. But your mouth's full, so the exhale comes from the nose.
Hope everyone listening is enjoying that sound too.
Nose blowed, man.
Yeah.
That fucking shit, nose
Dude,
blows.
that fucking said nose blows.
Alright, but I'll say it. Episode 58, Path 58, that shit nose blows, man. That shit nose blows.
Nose blows, dude. Alright, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
It is fun to say.
It's fun to say, right?
It's kind of almost sing-songy.
Start saying it. Everyone just start saying it. I think it's fucking hilarious.
God, if I heard that on the street.
That nose blows, dude.
Because there's no way anybody else has that going on. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes there's terms that somebody uses over
like,
here and somebody else uses over here.
Here's my dream. I want to be at a dinner, eating food, right? Long day of work, and I get food, and I just go, I eat like a piece of pasta or something, I go. And then I want, like, the guy at the table over here to be, like, ordering. The waiter's like, what do you want? He's like, oh, no. And I do that. I go, you know? And he looks over at me. He goes, oh, shit. Hey, can I get that pasta
I'll
over
have
there?
what
She
he's
goes,
having.
oh, the pasta. And then she leaves, and his wife is like, why'd you want that pasta? I didn't think you'd want that. He goes, is that guy over there? Shit, that must nose blow, man.
He just nose blowed.
Honey, that pasta nose blows.
Hey, the man at table 4 just nose blowed. We gotta get the pasta.
Yeah. Oh my god, did you see table 4? You mean the critic? The critic is here? Yeah, he just nose blowed. Oh my god,
You're
let the chef know.
You're a food critic in the future?
No, I'm just saying, like, the cooks see the critic and they go, what, did he like it? He nose blowed. You're like, oh yes, we're set. The critic nose blowed our food.
Jeremy Allen White, if you need something for the Bear,
season 3 of the Bear,
they nose
dude,
blow.
yes.
But that'd be fucking so sick.
The critic nose blows.
That would be so fucking dope.
She gives him the leftover food that's not on the menu, but she's trying, like in season 1.
Yeah.
And then then he goes, well, did he like it? And then he nose blowed. Alright, put it on the menu. Add it to the menu. Your little couscous. You know.
I could see Maddie Matheson saying that. That shit nose blows.
That shit nose blows. What? You don't know what nose blows is?
Yeah. I could see Maddie Matheson saying that.
Fucking great show, man.
That's
alright. Let's sign us off.
Let's get out of here,
man. Get us out of here.
You need to come check us out on Mellow Brick Road on Facebook.
On Facebook?
Yeah. We're posting like a pre-show kind of insight into things. Yeah. So before you hear this episode, or before you hear whatever the next episode is, you'll get kind of like a roadmap that you can connect. There's some pictures,
some preps for the path. If you missed this path, if you missed last week's path, and you want to go trek it, we got like a little goodie bag for you that comes out every Tuesday, and where it's gonna be full of everything you need for that path. It's gonna have all the articles we talked about. It's going to have all the What You're Reading articles. If we did a What You're Reading that month or that week, it's going to have all the books we read, including the banned book of the month.
Good.
This month was Mad Woman of the Sacred Heart, I believe, is what I read. It was a sexual book and religious, which is always fun. Yeah. You
can follow us on
please go on.
Instagram, Mellow Brick Road podcast. Again, the pictures go up there. We'll post some of our adventures like Elephant Rock, which you should check out.
Oh, yeah.
You can follow Van on Instagram at Van Windsor.
At Van Windsor, what's up?
And
catch of the day.
The only place I prefer you to follow me is Tito Projects on Facebook. I've been working a lot, but I haven't been posting much because I've been working so much. So
here we go.
Come check it out. Order something. Leave a comment, like, whatever.
Yeah,
just in case we haven't.
Projects.
Shout out to Hoopla.
Oh, that's right. Always shout out to Hoopla, Sacred Woman of the Mad Woman of the Sacred Heart, I should say, the banned book of the month, is available on Hoopla, as well as most of the What You're Reading books we talk about on that Patreon show. Sign up for our Patreon at Mellow Brick Road. That's where you're going to get all the Patreon shows and exclusive content, all that stuff. But all the What You're Reading books, those are all available on Hoopla. All you gotta do is sign up at your local public library. Doesn't matter where it is.
Get your card.
Make sure it's I think it has to be a Dixie library. I think it's the public library name. I'm not too sure.
No idea.
Public library, just go to one in your town. Every town's got one, and see if they got hoopla. If they don't, tell them they should get it. It's very useful for libraries.
Yeah.
Get a library card. All you gotta do is get the app, put your library card in there. You have access to millions of books, comics, magazines, TV shows, and movies. I've seen all kinds of movies on there. It's great.
Yeah.
Dope. You get like 15 borrows a month or something. 10.
It's at least 10.
10, 15.
For some reason, I don't know if it's just larger libraries, but sometimes you get 15.
Yeah, I don't know. Pretty sweet.
But you can listen to us anywhere you listen to podcasts. Come follow our YouTube page. Leave a comment, interact, like.
Hit that bell, right?
That
it's
bell.
It's like right there. Or is it over here?
Yeah, it's I think it would be over.
It's over here.
Yonder way.
It's right. It's like where the flower is.
It's probably right next to the button that says subscribe, and if you want to hit that one as well, you can.
You might as well subscribe because this is where you're getting all the exclusive edutainment. This is where it is.
Remember Hotel Motel?
Remember that Hotel Motel thing?
Peace and blessings.
We helped you with
that. That's all I got. Peace and blessings.
Christ. Everyone have a mellow rest of your day. Mellow manifestations to all. Hail Satan. And also, don't forget to keep on down that road.